Hey everybody. Yeah, last time I addressed some TypeScript issues, just kind of some challenges that like I don't really need to worry about, but if I was in a corporate environment, I probably would need to worry about, and that was basically the conflict between like fixing something so that it works in TypeScript, but then it fails linter. Um, and just felt like talking about that. But I have since moved on to trying to animate the light or the scenes. And one of the things is like sometimes in the past I've worked for places where like they wanted everything really really well documented. They like really wanted to and well documented means a lot of different things, but like sometimes they wanted like an explanation, like that kind of documentation. It's like they want to understand how things fit together. And if that is was the case, like if I was working on this for a corporate environment, and we were the type of place where at the end they're gonna be like, okay, so now I want to see your documentation. This would be the time to do the documentation. As I move through implementing the scene stuff, I will it would be this is the last time I'm going to do like a full animation implementation of a section since the mesh and camera and light are done. This is the last one. So this would be the time, and this would be the best time because it's all pretty well fleshed out. So as I move through, I can be like, okay, this has to be an array. Okay, this has to have this look this kind of typing, and this would be the last time. If I go any farther than this and I don't document, trying to remember all that stuff would be very, very difficult. So what I have right here is an animation, and basically, here, let me just pause this. So, um, and let's move it like to the middle. So I have a ground, and this ground is not moving. And I have this back wall, and that back wall is not moving. So this is kind of like a meteor coming in. It's like, and you're training the camera on it, right? Like the camera staying on the meteorite, and boom, implosion. So right there, let's say and the other thing is I have a light kind of, I have a red light up here, and then I have a white light right there in the middle, and then I have a blue light at the bottom. Um, so that's what we're seeing right there is just that. I was gonna try to do like a multiple eclipses, like you see in some sci-fi movies where there'll be like a sun there and a sun there, and then the moons move in front of both of them or something like that. It's like, oh, the multiple eclipse. But I realized, oh crap, there's some serious, not serious, but there's some math that has to be done uh, to figure out. All my eclipses thus far have been straight on. They've just been like straight on, so I didn't have to do any math to figure out, okay, well, when does this line up with this? But if I'm going this way, then the X's and Y's and Z's don't all line up. I have to, they're not the same number. See, like, if I'm sitting at zero on the Y on the Z axis, then I know I'll move into eclipse as I hit zero up there. So, anyways, uh, yeah. So the math is just much more complex. It's not super complex, but it's much more complex. Um, but let me just put that at implosion. Anyways, so I decided to kind of move through this very slowly because one, I'm pretty busy right now, but also number two, this is the last chance for me to just really absorb what I've done here on this full animation. As we move, as I move, definitely going to do another mesh animation sort of property. I think I want to add another mesh, and that's there's a mesh for words, so you can have letters and stuff. And I would love to have that because then I could probably actually make some useful animations for my wife's business that would impress and delight all of her customers. And then I would definitely want to do another light animation. I don't think there's even anything I could do in cameras. I think the cameras are like everything that can be done is done. animating near and far doesn't make any sense. Animating the field of vision or aspect ratio could be interesting, I guess, if somebody was like, if you're doing something really, really interesting, but I think that's way beyond anything I'd be interested in doing. Um, and then the lights, I think there's some stuff in the lights. Oh, the colors I definitely would like to animate in the lights, and in the lights and in the meshes. But anyways, so all I did this time, oh my gosh, I didn't even put a timer up. Let's see where we at. We're at 5:27. Okay, so all I did this time was turn the um, camera from a just a scene object that's just hanging out there to a scene um, array, and then basically every problem that it broke all kinds of stuff, right? All hell broke loose, but they were all fine. They were all easily solved, and they were all found by the compiler. So that is easy peasy. So step one in documentation would be like, make sure whatever object you're using is in an array, and then step two will probably be to uh, take your attribute that you want to animate and turn it into whatever it is, an animation perspective. What is it? Let's go over there. Camera interface, animation property descriptor, and then fix everything on that. And then step three, like go in and fix the things that aren't showing properly. They're showing objects instead of the values. So anyways, yeah, so this was step one. There were about 5 changes, I think. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 changes. They were all super simple. They were all obvious. I just basically had to say, instead of going right to the scene, make it scenes plural, and hit the 0 index. Same. And this actually made me happy because I didn't know. Well, actually, I still don't know. Oh no, okay, that does not make me happy. See, I don't think in the what's that last one? In the animation, is this in animation callback? Okay, yeah. So this makes me happy. So that means that whenever I update the renderer in the animation, it's going to do the new scene. I wasn't sure about that. I wasn't sure if the scene just always stays the same or if you modify the scene. And I guess it obviously, since the background color can change. And speaking of that, that's funny. Speaking of that, let's make that white. I was thinking for eclipses, it's gonna be so nice to be able to animate the background color, because right now I just have the black background color and I kind of have the eclipse, but really in eclipse the whole scene color changes, right? So it'll be nice because usually the scene in an eclipse is kind of red, kind of like this is like during an actual eclipse. It's like with a lot of blue. I don't know, but anyways, it'll be cool to animate the actual color of the background, as so it goes from like daylight blue to sort of a darkish colors in the background. But let's see, how much time are we at? 9:14, so that's pretty good. Yeah, so that's about that. Like I said, next I think I'm going to try to update the animation property descriptors. I'm just going to update probably the red to animation property descriptors and just fix whatever the transpiler finds. Happy coding, everybody. Bye.